Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna I feel like an idiot when I explain what happened. So it was like it was a striking pad, like you strike. It was on the rack and it's got some pretty tough resistance, so you have to be accurate with it. And this was a dummy pad we've put a million reps on, like second nature. So I go to strike and this finger gets caught across, gets stubbed, and instantly I was like, damn. So I was like, okay, we got to wrap it up. Let's see what we're talking about. We go into good on good period in practice. And I was like, oh yeah, no, like I can't even strike really with it well. So we got to do a better tape job on it. So I go to one of the athletic trainers. I was like, hey, I need you to do the best, do whatever you can to get me to keep in the game. And he goes, well, let me check it out. I was like, okay. Feels a little bit. He's like, hey, it might be broken. I was like, nah, bro, ain't no way. So I think 10 minutes later, they set me up an x-ray. We go to get the x-ray, come back before practice is even over. It's broken. And the plan was to get surgery that next Monday, but yesterday was Labor Day. So they were like, okay, you can either wait 2 weeks or shoot, we can even set some up tomorrow. You'd be out probably a day and then you play Saturday. And I was like, we might as well get it now and then strap it up. So that's really what happened. I mean, long, hectic week in my sense, but I mean, hey, it is what it is in that sense. So we gotta adjust and keep moving. Man, just I guess the will to play, man. I feel like I had a very strong fall camp, and I'm not one to back down from, a little challenge, even though probably more mentally than physically challenged, I'd say. But I mean, that's first game openers my senior season. I'm not missing that for nothing. Ain't no way.
How
So
did
I
you
mean,
have?
it wasn't even an option that I was going to miss the game.
Did you even think twice when you used the bad hand to force the interception there late?
Oh no. It took a practice. It took a practice to get used to playing with it, like because it's almost a club, and I'm a very handsy player, so having to adjust my kind of play style to do that took a practice. And once we got to the game, it was like, okay, we're gonna make this work. So when that happened, it's just honestly reflex. Yeah, man. They got great athletes. I mean, they're a scholarship too. I think we played one of the running backs last year, and the other one was hurt. But I think that one was hurt. He's very respectable on tape. I can't deny that. But we got a little something for him this week, working with on how we're game prepping, how to stop them. Just being more fundamentally sound on our part. Yeah, we have a big opponent, but in practice, it's not really much about them. It's about us and how we're gonna beat them and how we plan to beat them. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I really do, especially because my dad's a 23-year veteran as well, and my brother, my twin, actually, he kind of followed his footsteps, which was pretty crazy. And this story kind of makes me want, like, I don't know, I don't even know how to say it, kind of like made me appreciate him as a brother for real, following his heart and his dream. He was committed to A&M Kingsville to play football. He had a scholarship and everything, and I think a couple days before moving day, he told his dad, I was like, I didn't want to play football. I want to go enlist. So he did a tour with 82nd Airborne. I think it was a 9-month tour in Baghdad, and then came out, and now he just graduated sniper school. So he's a combat sniper right now. So, but just him choosing that route because he knew that's in his heart. That's what he wanted to do. That you kind of just put a little appreciation on that. So, that kind of inspires me to do, follow my heart, regardless of what it is, making who happy. But, just in his mindset and my dad's mindset kind of got instilled in us early because, discipline, hard work, like, you got to earn everything.
Would your brother and your dad, would they have given you grief if you had missed that game? Would they have been like, hey, it's just a finger or something? Or
no, not now. But back in the day, they'd be like, hey, rub some dirt on and get back out there. You good? Like, you know what I mean? Just like kid stuff. Because I mean, I would come in all the time. We played tackle football on the street and come in with scars and bruises on our leg, and put the the really spicy, like the alcohol, the one that burns, like, all right, tape it up, get back out there. So I think that would have been understanding, but the standard that I have for myself, I wouldn't gonna let that happen. I wouldn't gonna let myself miss a game. Man, that's I know football and in war and the military is two different levels of perspective, but I mean, he's putting his body on the line for a win. So, I mean, you can't do nothing but respect that, and just, the fashion he did it was sweet too. Man, I just love seeing that for Tune. Last year he was having hamstring problems with him running, but to see him get out like that and really do it big for us makes me happy to see. Yeah, for some reason they slid away from me and put me on a back solo, probably thinking I was gonna squeeze down, but my mindset was, all right, I'm gonna get off this rock and I'm gonna try to go get the quarterback, go get the quarterback. And I remember I seen him wind back and I just I couldn't think about it. I just throw my club to try to really wanted the sack, but I, made the play, turn around, and I see the ball in the air. And I see Caesar catch it. I'm just electric because I'm on the other side of the field and I'm running down with him. And man, it was just like, that's one of those plays that don't happen often. And it's just to be a part of that and to help change the momentum of the game to ultimately win, and that's special.
Coach Belt,
be part of that. Yeah, I mean, the standard in our room always, we always feel like we can do a little more. And pressures, hurries, they look okay on paper, but that either means we're not getting there fast enough, or the ball's coming out quick, or he's scrambling. Hurries and stuff, that's cool, but we're all shooting for sacks, hits, busted up passes, like, those are our goals. And for us to not have a high sack game, it's frustrating, and all it does is just dedicate us and motivate us to do it again and do more. But I mean, if you get pressure, you get pressure. But we want the big one. Most definitely. I think they're not done hearing from us yet, seeing us yet. So in my opinion, it's a rivalry because I've played them twice before. The first time at their place, and then obviously the second time at NRG. But I definitely see this as a rivalry and an exciting game coming up. Definitely, there definitely are some advantages that I intend to use this week. But I mean, I'd say more advantages. There's some cons to it, like I said, just how my style of play is. But I think it's also going to get me better as a player because it's going to make me be accurate with my hands, with this offhand. If I use this club, I need to be accurate on placement. So I think it's just God's way of saying you're going to get better from it. Either that or it's a test to see how bad I want it. So we got to ride with it. So I didn't get an exact number, but probably, I don't want to say, don't quote me on this, but they said at least till the bye week. I'm going to try to get it out in 4, at least before conference, if I can do that. But what was you saying?
No, I was going to say, there's some injuries that can sort of fly under the radar where people will never know, and that nobody knows opponent wise. But you've got this cast on, so people are going to know that you have it. Do you feel like that? Does that open you up for a little bit of some roughhousing in terms of how teams go at you, or do you feel like, does that cast protect pretty good there, where you don't necessarily have to have the the impact of a hit or something?
Oh, I mean, yeah, this morning I was full blown using it. I mean, it's in a cast. There's no pain. Like, I just need to get my range of motion. But yeah, no, the cast is pretty well secured, I'd say. So, but I mean, whatever the opponent has to bring on me, that's fine, because I'm gonna bring mine.
You're only like 4 broken fingers behind Peyton Turner at this point.
And that was another thing. I'm thinking I had to flip a mindset, because you'd be like, damn, I just had like, am I gonna be good? But you got to put in perspective, like, PT played with 4 broken fingers. So what's different now? If he can do it, I can do it. So that's, seeing that in the past, him go through that kind of just gave me confidence and just willpower to push through. Yeah, man. It's his preparation is immaculate. Definitely, being the leader of the defense, the linebacker, the one to make sure the upfront is good and the back end is good. You know, I think he takes his preparation to another level naturally because of his standard and how he views his role. You know, he's the captain of the ship. So, you know, he looks at I'm not really going to go into detail what he does for preparation, but you know, he definitely he looks for the little things, man. He's down with the details. So
Yeah,
that's what I can say about that.
he knew like the backgrounds of all the coaches, where they'd come from, and you know, all their. Does he talk about that stuff with you guys?
Oh yeah, Donnie's gonna know where the right tackle was born in a hospital, wherever he was, or the quarterback or the receiver. You know, he dives deep into it, and I think that's what makes him such a great player. Like that builds to his credentials for sure.